The Mike magazine will be coming to you with more exclusive interviews. Guess who's going to be next? I guess we will never know. Stay tuned to Delta Sip. Angela Buckney here, the voice behind the mic. Delta Sip, where we sip slow and talk what we know. And if you need a commercial, let me know. Want to advertise? Not a problem. We have affordable rates. Call 662-207-2077. The views and opinions expressed in this channel are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they may represent. J for Kicks Footwear, 729 Highway 82, Greenville. Add some new kicks to your wardrobe. J for Kicks Footwear, shop with confidence. Kickstart any special occasion at J4 Kicks. You don't have a special occasion? Don't worry. You can wear these every day. Just shop with confidence. Do it with confidence. You got what you need. J4 Kicks.
What's up, y'all? Come fool me and Jay at J for Kicks. We're located in Greenville, Mississippi.
Medicare. Are you turning 65 or new to Medicare? Part A and B. If so, you may qualify for additional benefits at no cost to you. Are you a veteran with Medicare Part A and B? If so, you may qualify for additional benefits at no cost to you. Call your local licensed professional agent, Juanita Lacey Larry. Don't hesitate. Call her today, 662-515-9414. Your local agent is waiting for you, 662-515-9414. That's Juanita Lacey Larry, 662-515-9414.
Traditional radio is becoming a thing of the past. No need to panic. There's no need to fear. The DMJ Broadcast Ministry of Daryl Moore Jr. is here, ready to help you navigate yourself right into some inspiration, laughter, and motivation. Because after all, it is an inspirational radio station. Allow us to help you get through your night, day, week, month, and the entire year. To get through, call 662-947-1773 or scan the QR code. Strawberry lovers, enter the month of love with intentions. Pre-order your option of milk chocolate, white chocolate, pink chocolate, or Oreo chocolate for the special price of $13 for half dozen. Add peanuts and the price would be $15 for half dozen. Or bump it up to $25 for a dozen. Or with peanuts, $28. For more details, call the number on the screen, 662-336-9559. And Fashionette will be more than happy to assist you. Or scan the for the month of February, Delta Sip will be on the radio every Saturday from 8 to 8:30 live on DMJ Network, right here with Angela Buckner, the voice behind the mic. Delta Sip, where we sip slow and talk what we know. Hope to see you there. Scan the QR code on the screen to listen. And I know that was a long break, but listen, let me get in here. Let me get in here. We have special guests on today. Boom! Here I am. Angela Buckner here, the voice behind the mic. Delta Sip, where we sip slow and talk what we know. Now listen. I have a special guest here. You know, I've been covering stories all over the state, and we hear a lot of bad stories when it comes to law enforcement. But listen, this is a matter of when doing right goes wrong. We have Chief Terry Tyler and his attorney, Michael Carr, in the building with us. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, here's a picture of the chief with his attorney. He's been cleared. Now, we know that they ran a campaign against him pretty much, you know, talking about that he was arrested, he had been indicted. Well, it's something about this Michael Carr guy, and I don't know what it is, and I'm going to figure it out. But he has done it again, okay? And he's been cleared. All these charges were dropped, and we want to hear directly from them. Okay, give me just a second. Because for those who don't know what I'm talking about, take a listen at this.
DeSoto County District Attorney Matthew Barton announced former Drew, Mississippi Police Chief Terry Tyler's indictment following a shooting in Southaven back in 2022. The indictment comes after the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation conducted an investigation following a confrontation that turned to gunfire. After reviewing evidence and eyewitness testimony, a DeSoto County grand jury issued an indictment against Chief Tyler.
Now, give me just a second, and if you're out there, please share this show. We want to be as loud as we can about him being cleared and these charges being dismissed, because we do know that with mainstream media, let me get in here. We do know that with mainstream media that, that's corporate media, and they have news is coming and going every which way, but it's no excuse for us not to go back and clean up what was said. Welcome to the show, Chief.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Listen, when I saw that last night, because I followed Tasha Mack, right? And
Oh,
I
yes.
said, so wait a minute, he's been cleared. That's good. Now I automatically thought about Michael Carr. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, that's a bad man.
Bad man.
He's a bad man, man. And I've covered stories where Michael Carr, one in particular, but more than one, where he was able to get justice in his opinion, because I don't agree. I still don't agree with it, but he was able to get justice for his client. And he's not loud. He doesn't, he's not rambunctious or anything. He goes above and beyond. Can we get him in here right quick?
Sure.
Because I got a bone to pick with the best attorney, one of the best.
Hey, everybody. Let's proceed.
Listen, one of the best white boy attorneys I ever came across in the state of Mississippi.
Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? Good.
Tell everybody who you are.
My name is Attorney Mike Carr. Born and raised Cleveland, Mississippi. Proud graduate of Cleveland High School, University of Mississippi School of Law, and I came back to the Mississippi Delta for small town family life. I live near my folks, and I'm married to my wife Jessica, who practices law with me. We have 2 small children, and we defend people accused of crimes. That's what we do.
I like that. Listen, you got your elevator statement down, but listen. You are so awesome when it comes to this law thing. Now, I bet you wish you could have taken this thing to trial. When you saw this on the news, what was the first thing in your mind?
Well, there's always the initial thing that sells, right? The news story. People want to sell fear. They want to sell violence, and they want to sell oftentimes one side of a story. And I've known Chief Tyler. I've known Chief Tyler for a decade. I've worked with him on other things to help improve the community of Drew and the Mississippi Delta in general. And look, I live here. I work here. I want my children to be raised in a safe, comfortable environment, just like every God-fearing man and woman in the Mississippi Delta, and hopefully in the state of Mississippi. And so we've worked together on those things. I knew he was involved in this, and the chief called me when it first happened. Back in, again, October of 2022. And he said, Mr. Carr, this thing happened. I said, okay. Were you arrested? No. Did anybody interrogate you? I gave a statement. I told him what happened. And that's that. And I thought that was going to be the end of it. And Chief thought it was going to be the end of it. But then 2 years later, almost to the day, we're under a different district attorney administration in DeSoto County.
Yes.
Somehow that file got dusted off and presented to a grand jury and secretly. And Chief Tyler was indicted unbeknownst to him. And then, to me, this is where the problem really started. And I'm not asking for privilege for anybody, whether it's police or a street sweeper,
or an alderman in this case, because this is the same district attorney we're talking about.
Look, I can't speak on any other case. I can only speak on my client's case.
But
but they didn't, when the man got indicted, he wasn't ever arrested. And so he got a phone call essentially saying, but not by the police, by his friends saying, they're coming to get you. And he says, what? He said, they're
Wow.
coming to get you. They didn't give him the opportunity to turn himself in, do anything with dignity. This man's not a flight risk. He's not a criminal. He's not a danger to the public. You don't have to
Yeah.
send the marshals and the
Yes.
highway patrol to go and get the man publicly while he's in the community. He's serving in his uniform with his
Whoa.
badge and his gun on, and embarrass the man and make him lose credibility, which is a huge part of being a law enforcement officer.
It is.
Having credibility with your community, right? That's what makes you powerful and strong.
Yes.
Not pulling a gun on everybody, but
Yeah.
your word, right? They embarrassed the man. They put him in a police car, drove him all the way back to DeSoto County, and made him post a $250,000 bond. A $250,000 bond. Now that should be reserved for murderers and people who commit extremely violent, deadly crimes. Okay, and I understand he was charged with a violent crime. Yeah, aggravated assault with a firearm is a violent crime, but it's not a crime where I've ever seen in 19 years of law practice a $250,000 bond set for a first-time offender trained police officer with this facts and circumstances. Okay, but what happens is that they make you pay it. You know, you have to use a bondsman, and oftentimes bondsmen charge 10% of that
Yes,
amount.
we do.
Right?
Yes, we do.
And so what does that mean? That means that the chief of police, who is not a rich man by any means, he's a public servant, you know, dedicated his life to other people and not just making money. So he has to post this a percentage of this $250,000 bond just to get out. And then of course he's indicted, so he's on the trial calendar and he's set for trial. Now, one good thing I can say about DeSoto County, one good thing is that they move their docket, their criminal docket. You know, I mean, they indict a lot of cases. There's a lot of criminal charges up there, but the judges work hard and the DAs do work hard moving cases back and forth. So I knew because of the county we were in, Chief Tyler would get his day relatively in a short period of time compared to other places where I work.
Yes. Okay.
But what I did at that point is I got with the chief, my client, who was my best source of information, and he says, "No, Mike, that isn't what happened. Let me tell you what happened." And he gave me a list of all the patrons in the restaurant who apparently no law enforcement had ever talked to, and said, "These are the people who saw what happened. Let's go start calling them." And I did. I put my team on it, put my office on it. We got on the phone and started calling people from this restaurant. And again, that's kind of hard because it was 2 years ago. This didn't happen last week.
That's right.
Right? We got to find people who are willing to come forward in a shooting case from 2 years ago to stand up for this man who's not from DeSoto County.
That area. That's right.
Right. And fortunately, people did because they knew deep down that it was wrong for him to be arrested and that he saved their life. And so as a result, I was able to put forward to the state at least 15 witnesses with their names, addresses, telephone numbers, and a short statement of what they were going to say. And all of it ended with Chief Tyler saved my life.
My life.
Chief Tyler saved my life. Chief Tyler saved, and you say, 1, 2, and 3 times, that's good. But when you start to get to about time number 15, it's like, oh man, maybe we didn't look at all the evidence. Maybe we didn't do our job. Maybe the defense is going to come with something that we don't want to try this case anymore.
Yes.
And so anyway, we supplemented that information to the prosecutor. The prosecutor looked at it. They considered it, did whatever they did, and realized, you know what? Let's go ahead and dismiss this case.
Let me ask you something. I don't mean to cut you off because you're so stellar. You're just amazing. See, now I done lost my train of thought because I'm in front of a superstar. But this situation with Chief, let me ask you, did it like reach home for you because you knew him? Because most people, when they get an attorney, they really don't know them. They have to do a little research on them. Talk a little bit about why you were so adamant about helping the chief.
Well, that's something that with every case and every client, you have to have trust with your attorney, right?
That's right.
And sometimes, when I'm retained, it's easier to build trust because they sought me out and they hired me and whatnot. But I also do work for people who don't have any money. Sometimes I serve as a public defender. I did more in my early career than I do now. And then you have to build trust with your client because sometimes you don't look like your client, right? You don't talk to your client. You don't have the same socioeconomic background as your client or experience as your client. But yet you're telling them, put your life in my hands and trust me, I'm going to do right by you. And I've built that relationship with many people here in the Delta. I've built that relationship with Chief Tyler, and he trusted me over lots of other attorneys to come and fight for him. And I did, and it worked out. Miss Angela, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here. Okay. Okay. So here we go. Can you hear me?
Hey.
Can you all hear me?
Yes, I got you now. I'm sorry about
All right,
that.
sorry for that technical hiccup, but you said that, you know, what's the last thing you said about him trusting you?
Look, I was saying it's very important to build trust with your clients, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if your clients don't tell you everything and don't trust you to go in there for them, sometimes the wrong result can happen. I don't want to go into a battle with one hand tied behind my back because I don't know all the facts, good, bad, and the ugly. I can't judge, but I need to know so I can go in there and get the best result for you that I can. And fortunately, there wasn't even any question about it. All we had to do was put in the work, find the witnesses, get their statements, supplement it to the state saying, you want to go to trial with this? And they decided, no, we don't. And so now we got to work on the healing process because the state has incredible power over your life. They arrest you, they charge you, they make you pay money for a bond, they take your picture and put you all over the internet and over the websites and stuff, and that's hard to undo. Even if they dismiss stuff 5 months later, which they did here, there's still a lot of damage that's been done, right? And so we got to work to get the chief his job back and try to argue for back pay and try to get, the bond money doesn't come back. He's just out that money. And all those pictures that exist in the internet of him with his mugshot, those are always going to be out there.
They will never go away.
Magic wand where I can just sweep them away, and now he's been arrested. So I got to run a background check and clear the arrest off of his background, which is a separate civil proceeding I got to do, and it's going to take more money and more time. So when this is the importance of when you have a prosecutor or a district attorney, they have incredible power, and we have to vote these people into office, right? But we have to trust them to do right by people and make sure they have all the facts before they make a charge on somebody.
Doesn't matter what color they are, right?
No, of course not. Of course not. If your job is to work for the people, what do the people look like? They look like all of us. They're supposed to, right?
That's right.
They look like all of us. And so you advocate for the people and you do right by the people and get and do justice. And sometimes that's not a conviction. Sometimes that is needing to investigate more before you make that decision.
Tell me what we're looking at right here, Attorney Carr.
Yes. This is a picture that we took yesterday outside of the courthouse. Of course, Chief, myself, Norman McBee, who's the chief's brother-in-law, he returned fire as well at the restaurant that night. And fortunately, and he was a hero just as much as Chief Tyler protecting these patrons at the store. And then the fourth person, Attorney Kevion Taylor, is a personal friend of mine. He has I've known Kevion since high school. He's from Cleveland as well.
He's an attorney?
Yes.
Is he an attorney? Okay.
He is. He's an excellent attorney, up and coming attorney. I want everybody to know his name. He worked for me in high school. He worked for me in college. He worked for me in law school on some summers. And he is just an outstanding shining star. And I'm trying to get him to come back to the Delta and work. He's from Marigold, Mississippi, but he's found green grass in Oxford. And I respect that. So he's living and working in Oxford right now. And I wish him the best. But I want him to come home.
All right. And so that was a picture of success, wouldn't you say?
Yes, absolutely. I was really proud to be photographed with those gentlemen.
That's amazing, man. Thank you so much. I want to hear from your client right now. I want him to talk about his background.
That's great.
because I don't think that he would have arbitrarily just pulled a gun just to pull it. You know, I'm big and I'm bad. Because we see now where you got some officers who they are already in a position of authority, but they will go a little bit further than what they need to. And with this situation, I don't think this is what happened.
Well, Angela, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. I'm going to put Chief back in the chair. I actually have another hearing in Clarksdale that I've got to leave to go do right now, but I'm going to leave Chief here at my computer and handle the rest of the interview. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and keep doing big things here in the Delta. All right. Thank you.
Hey,
Yes,
we need to get some advertising from you now. We need people to know who you are.
All right. That sounds great. I love it. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Thank
So,
you
Chief.
Yes.
Chief.
Just keep that. I can deal with that.
Okay. How you doing?
Chief.
Oh, yes.
I'm glad we got him first because
yeah.
I didn't know I know he's a busy man, but I didn't know he had to run. But he gave that's the most I've ever heard him talk in my whole life.
Well, hey, I tell you, that's why I hired him. He's one of the best. He don't
He's
have all these credentials on his wall for no reason. So, hey, thank you, attorney, so much.
Listen, when he talks about you, it's like an endearing friend. Like, this is somebody I love. I don't want nobody to take advantage of this person. You know, this is my homeboy, kind of, right?
Right.
And I'm glad we had an opportunity to hear from Attorney Carr. Now let's talk about you. We
Okay.
know that you are a certified officer, correct?
That's correct. That's correct.
But tell us about your other credentials.
Well, some of my credentials, I'm great credentials. I'm a lifetime firearm instructor, handgun, shotgun, tactical rifle, taser instructor, OC instructor, other certified instructor in other areas in my law enforcement capacity as well. So, you know, it's something that I love to do. I had the opportunity to train many officers on the firing range and many citizens on the firing range, how to shoot, when not to shoot, and everything. And I'm very detailed with my training. I have videos that I wanted to send to you, but for some reason, my phone was acting crazy. But I have a lot of recordings of training. It's necessary.
Wow.
And it's necessary for these reasons. When we get caught up in court situation, we can say, well, Your Honor, hey, look, this is the way I train. I'm not just a thug on the street that actually point my gun at anybody. My size speak for itself. And I was trained by some of the best in coming up through Police Academy. Jeff Curtis, Brian Dorby, Randy Patrick. These guys was very phenomenal with their hands and handguns and defensive tactics and everything. But one thing that I learned, you do not take your hands to a gunfight. Okay, and that's what I train people to tell them. I say, I use case scenario. I say, if a person slapping you, you can't pull your gun and shoot them. You got to fight back. You got to use your hand. But if a person charge you with a knife, point a gun at you, about to take your life, deadly force is necessary. And the law allow us to do that and protect ourselves. I train people. I'm certified through the state. Okay. I got my enhanced instructor training license and everything. This is nothing new. This is nothing new to me. By all means necessary, if there was an opportunity for me to use my hand or go hands-on with a person to stop them for being overrated or belligerent, I would have. But in the case where I was placed in DeSoto County, it was, you know, pull your weapon, take cover, and conceal. And that's what I train, cover and concealment, by all means necessary.
Let me ask you this. Had you been to DeSoto County prior to this, or Southaven, and had good experiences? Let's talk about that.
Well, I never had a problem with DeSoto County. It's a place that I love. I go there, myself and my family, we goes there to enjoy ourselves, you know, as far as the good attractions that they have.
Yes.
So we go bowling, we go looking, you know, to the movies, we go shopping and different places. It's a place where a lot of people from the Delta area call home now because of the growing process that they have. But here again, that should not eliminate me from going there as a citizen to enjoy myself and my family, and I encounter someone that's dangerous as such as I encounter, and I protect myself and others, and I face the charges that I was faced. It's crazy. Out of my whole 20 years in law enforcement, I have never seen that. And there's no way that another law enforcement officer could have came into the Delta, where I'm the police chief at, and encounter such behavior from a violent and aggressive person, and I treat them as such as I was treated. There's no way.
Now, Attorney Carr told us that they arrested you, were in your clothes. Take us back to 2 years ago when I know, and I know that this was a lot of trauma, and we're talking 2 years, and I want you to put people right there where we can understand how you were arrested. Okay.
Well, it was an unexpected moment. Like I said, it happened in 2022, October 14th of 2022. It was my older sister's birthday. And to be quite honest with you, I wasn't gonna go. But my wife and other family, they begged me. They said, Terry, you're gonna be the only sibling that go of your sister. I was so tired because I was working a murder case in Drew. Which happened on my birthday, October 2nd. I was so tired, exhausted. I went days without sleep trying to find justice for the family of their loved one who was murdered in my city. And I sacrificed, and I left, and I rode with my daughter. I was so tired I couldn't drive.
Wow.
And it was so coincidentally that I was so tired and wore out. I told my daughter, I said, I can't drive. She's like, Dad, I got you. So I left my car. And I took a bag with weapons in it because I go to church with my weapon. Anybody know I go to church with my weapon? And I had left, we had pulled off and got a couple of miles, and I said, hold up. My daughter said, what, Dad? I spooked them. She was like, I just turned back around. I said, I left my bag. I left my gun.
Wow.
And we actually have to turn around, and my daughter and my wife can tell you this same exact story without me even coaching them to say it. We turned around and got the guns, and so happened like a few weeks before that, I had did some training. I had a few guns with me, and I had them. And if I had not went and got them, I believe that my life would have been taken and other people's life would have been taken if I had acted in the capacity of law enforcement the way I did in Southaven.
Listen, put us in the room with you all at the restaurant. Everybody's happy.
Everybody happy, having a good time. So we sit in the back part.
Reserved. It was reserved.
It was reserved because we had at least, I want to say, 15 plus people there, and also people that we knew that wasn't coming gather along as well. So it was a great time, but for some odd reason, I had this crazy feeling like something's not right. Something not right. I knew I was tired and my body was tired, but I was like, something is not right. My family member came, Terry, are you okay? You're not acting yourself. I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. Not knowing that I was being prepared to encounter a situation where I had to go back to my training. Okay. To go back to my training. Okay. So we was getting ready to leave, and they had a live DJ there. And my sister don't party. My sister don't do all that. She loves seafood, okay? My sister loved to eat, and that's what she went there to do. And I went there to enjoy that time with her. But they had a live DJ there, and he was playing music. My sister asked me, she said, bro, can we stay just a little while longer just to listen to the live music? I'm like, baby, it's your birthday. It's your day. Yeah, most definitely. Okay, I sit down. Everybody else sit down. People, family from out of town, different place. We having a good time. All of a sudden, this irate person gets up, bouncing off the music, pushing folks. He pushing folks in the face, different thing. I'm just sitting up acting normal. I'm like, well, hey, look, he maybe he had one or two more drinks, too many drinks, or whatever. But when it came to that moment where he got really disturbing, he got up cursing and being belligerent, calling people out their names, offering fights to everybody. A lot of people even left before it got to the point that it was. And at that moment, I'm sitting up here looking like, hey, look, somebody need to step in, like the manager or somebody, tell this guy he need to go, because of a couple of females that were there. They already had exited the building that he was mad with. So he just said, oh, no, somebody who want to fight, somebody gonna fight. He was optimistic that he was gonna fight somebody that night. Okay. So he picked fights and he picked fights. Everybody was trying their best to ignore him.
Yes.
And when it came down to the point where he made the statement, said, "Oh, I'm gonna come back here and kill all you bees."
Wow.
And everybody that knew I was in law enforcement turned around looking at me. I'm looking like, "Don't give me away," you know. But they knew me. They knew me, and they know me as a protector.
That's right.
Off duty, they know me as a protector. Anybody know me? They know how crazy I am about my family and about the ones that I love, even if they're friends. I'm not gonna allow anyone to cause harm to them. So
let me pause you right quick. You say you came in irate. Do you hate this person?
No, I know. I've never seen him a day in my life.
Okay.
That was my first time ever. I didn't know him then.
Okay.
I wasn't trying to know him.
Gotcha.
I have looked over many situations or whatever, but this is one that you could not look over.
Gotcha.
When a person pose a threat, when they make a threat, and not only make the threat, but try to carry out the threat, it becomes my concern as being a law enforcement. Now, if I was just a regular, mediocre citizen, one in law enforcement, hadn't been trained, and one hadn't trained others on how to encounter situations like this, how to be calm, smooth, calm, and collected, to watch a person actions and what they say and what they do, I probably would have been one of the ones that got hurt.
And let me say this, because I want to say I commend you, because based on what you told us up to this point, you were so tired, but you pushed yourself. And oftentimes people will react mentally based on what they're feeling physically. And you were still, how do you say it? Cool, calm, and collected, right?
Correct.
And able to ascertain whether or not there's a threat and if something needs to be done about that threat. But keep on talking. Keep telling us, because he was passing out whoopings. Is what
he was passing out whooping. Now I must say, now that was a guy that was with him, and I later found out to know that it was his uncle. Now his uncle tried everything in his power to control him. But he was throwing his uncle around, and his uncle could not, control him. So when it came down to the point when everybody was trying to ignore him inside, that's when he made a statement. "Oh, y'all think I'm playing?" He said, "I'm gonna come back here and kill all you bees." And so when he said that, like I say, everybody brought their attention to me, and I'm looking like, "Hey, don't give me away." And so at that point, the manager was like, "You got to go, you got to go." His uncle, brushed him on outside. When he got outside, he started beating on this guy, burnt orange, Chrysler 300. And the guy was like, "Man, don't be beating on my car." And he said, "Oh, y'all MF will think I'm playing on it." When he started going in the back of that truck, fumbling, I was standing beside the manager. I told the manager, "No, you need to call the police." She said, "I'm on the phone with him now." I said, "Tell him I'm off to the police officer." She said, "I know. Somebody told me inside." And at that point, while we was talking and she was on the phone calling 911, this guy came out of the bag. He said, "What I'm going to do, I ain't finna have no remorse." And when he pulled that gun and he pointed and he told one of the guys that walked, he said, "Oh, you one of them bad MFs that stood up in that dinner." I took the focus off him not shooting him and said, "Hey, man, drop the gun. I'm a police officer." He looked at me and said he didn't give a F, and pow. And I'm like, whoa. And that's when I started taking cover. You can see people running back in the restaurant. Everybody get down, get down. My sister, my cousin, them was running out, trying to make sure everything was good. Everybody streaming, hollering, and everything. And I, it happened so fast.
Yeah, let me say this. What I didn't know until I spoke to Attorney Carlos Moore back then was that you were grazed.
Yes, I was. I was grazed on my left shoulder, and everything. And,
was that in the paperwork?
And it was in my attorney paperwork and my paperwork and everything. And I went to the doctor for it and everything, where they gave me antibiotics and cream to put on it. But and that's why I'm listed as a victim, because
wow. Is that Mrs. Carr?
Yes, it is.
Hey, get in here. Get in here.
Come on, Miss Carr. Come on around.
I was standing here eating my lunch over here.
Oh, come on in, Attorney Carr.
No, I was just saying, I was listening right there, that's why he's indicted, or that's why he is listed as a victim in this case. And, the aggressor obviously was that other man that was shooting at the restaurant. But that's why Chief Tyler was just listed as a victim, because he is a victim in this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And so, but when the media got the story, it, and I paid attention to this. You were not painted as a victim. You were out there. Hey, mug shots. What are you gonna do with that mug shot? Because Donald Trump took his mug shot and made shirts out of it.
Right. Well, let me say this. Let me tell you this about as far as the media. Okay. People gonna take the parts of the story that they want to be fascinating at that moment, okay? And I was very fascinating at that moment, okay? They took a picture of me. I didn't want to take a picture with my uniform on that said Chief of Police Drew. I took it off and I had my tank top on, but I still looked good. And some people made fun of it, like, oh,
your wife.
But
you probably got in trouble with your wife with that one,
right? But that's my special. That was my special tank top, and everything. I like that tank top. I work out in that tank top, So I actually eventually had it on that day, and I was, made to take a picture in it. So I had to take a picture in it. I was all discombobulated, still believing that, hey, Chief of Police out of 20 years is getting locked up and arrested for aggravated assault with a gun, and I'm like, whoa. Is it really happening? And I'm going through the process where I take other people through the process.
Right.
And my mind going like, okay. But anybody that know me, out of all of my years in law firm, they know this if they be truthful. Chief Terry Tyler believe in being fair, firm, and consistent. Now, I'm not going to come at you and drag you and lock you up without proving that you're wrong beyond a reasonable and shadow of a doubt. I train my officers and tell them that, no, if we don't have facts and circumstances, we're not finna lock this person up and incriminate them. At this moment, hearsay is not permissible in court. Now, we can get 100,000 people to say, yeah, I believe that they did it. You can't believe it. You got to have witness like I had to come forward that was there and able to testify. And I promise you, the people that came forward for me, your love is unmatched. And I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart and the depth of my soul. I promise you, for you to remember what happened when they put my face all on Fox and people was ready to ridicule me, you all came in a mighty and special way. Said, oh no, that's not what happened. Wow. I was there, and a lot of these people were people that I never knew a day in my life.
Oh wow!
They was beyond my family members, but my family, a lot of my family members was actually traumatized by this incident. That's as well as I was.
Talk about it. I
went to counseling. I had a little cousin in college. She wrote an essay about it.
Wow.
There was people that got injured, stampede, and had to go to the doctor because they had the fence stuck in their leg for trying to jump over the fence to get away. But at the end of the day, they recognized myself and later my brother-in-law as being their hero, because at that moment I did not know my brother-in-law was shooting. But when I found out, I said, hurrah, more than one person saw a threat. And my job that I teach doing being an instructor is stop the threat or eliminate the threat by all means necessary. Our job is to go home to our family. We weren't drunk and reckless with a gun. My gun was concealed. I had to come off of my hip the way I carry my gun all the time and come off my hip and take a risk of him shooting first, grazing my arm and try to take cover and concealment, and then try to zoom in on the threat.
And then, that's right.
And then, right.
Let me ask you something. Because I know we stopped where he was passing out butt whoopings, and then we got into the back and forth, and it wasn't just you. You had your co-defendant is what your attorney says, and now we got to talk a little bit about the trauma, getting past it. Did you ever do any talk therapy?
Well, I did. I had to go to therapy, and it was bothering me so much. I'm gonna be honest. I reached out to some people that I really thought were gonna be in my corner.
Wow.
I can talk on and on about it, but I was deeply, kind of like, disappointed in the justice system and other people that were supposed to be in there. Okay.
Well, I was told. Let me tell you what crossed my desk. that
Okay.
you used your service weapon to do what you did.
No, I did not.
That's not true.
No, it was not.
Okay.
It wasn't a service weapon that I used. It was a weapon that was actually left for my late father.
Got you.
You know,
Hand it down.
yeah, it was like something that, you know, that I had on my side at that time. You know, my dad passed away, you know, a few years ago, and
Sorry to hear that.
me and few of my brothers, we had the opportunity to, you know, possess a few of his weapons,
Yes.
or whatever, for, you know, for memories or sentimental value, or whatever. But no, that, you know, I heard a whole lot. Oh, he went and called his wife cheating and shot the guy. It was a whole lot of garbage.
What were some of the other rumors you heard?
I went there and caught my wife cheating and shot the guy.
Wow.
It was a whole lot, you know. I was laughing at a whole, in the midst of crying, I was laughing at a lot of it.
Because you said something. You said you had people who you thought were on your team would come to your defense.
Yeah.
And you had people who didn't even know you. According to your attorney, 15 people gave statements, right?
Right.
And after a while, everybody can't be your family. Everybody not your sister, cousin, and brother. You know what I'm saying?
And it was actually more. It was just coming to a stopping point where my attorney is just like, oh, this enough. This is way too many for nobody else not to even been interviewed them anyway. So,
but for strangers to step up for you and people who mentally you're trying to wrap your mind around this thing, and you know, and they not answer the phone possibly, or get, hey brother, let's pray, or let me take you out to get you something to eat, or talk about that trauma. Talk about it, man.
Well, you know, hey, listen, like I said, I called upon a lot of people, okay, as far as people that's supposed to have been there for law enforcement, for counseling when they're involved in a shooting, whether you on duty or off duty. Okay, I understand that it's not considered as a police involved shooting, but they got to understand the laws that were set in place for law enforcement. HR 218, which is the House Ruling 218, said that a law enforcement had the right to carry his gun anywhere in the United States. They only ask us to have our credentials, such as our badge and our proper ID to identify ourselves. But if a crime happened in front of us, we're supposed to act in the capacity of a off-duty police officer. Okay, that law was amended by the state. Okay, you have the right to protect yourself and other when you see harm is about to happen to them. Let's say what if I was there, I was this chief of police, and I was just too doggone tired that I wasn't gonna do nothing.
Come on.
And I just sat there and watched 5-6 people get killed, and I go there as a witness, say, well, I'm a police officer, then what would have happened then? The question is, what would have happened then? Now,
you know what? As a journalist, I would have said he was a coward. That's a coward with a badge. And we would have taken that story and run from here to Timbuktu with it, talking about how you really don't need to have a badge and a gun, and you don't deserve to be a part of the blue.
Right. Just like the incident happened in Texas. When those officers didn't go in that school at the time that they thought they weren't supposed to. They faulted those officers and everything. But anybody know, I train. I tell my officers, I'm not going to send you nowhere that I'm not willing to go. You're not a robot, okay? You got a life and a family just like I got a life and a family. I'm not going to send you into an awkward situation. If I go, I'm going to be that leader that I am and that chief that I am. I'm going to say, hey, come on. You got my back. Hey, look, you got my 6. Hey, look, let's go. Let's split the pie. Whatever we got to do to bring these kids out safe, or make the restaurant safe, or whatever place we in that's in possibly danger. We want to save lives, okay? We want to eliminate the threat or stop the threat and save lives, okay? That's the only thing that I tried to do that night was save lives, okay? You know, it, like I said, they tried to hang my name out there and put it on, you know, social media. A lot of people come in and bad things and different things. And I can't never make this a race thing, because I promise you that whether they blue, black, white, whatever, I had people to step up for me. So this is not a race thing, okay? I have a lot of support from a lot of people from different nature.
And you have one of the baddest attorneys. Like I said, one of the baddest white boy attorneys right here in the state of Mississippi who went to bat for you. And, you know, you can get an attorney, but Who your attorney know? You know what I'm saying?
I-
Can this attorney go up to DeSoto County and really talk to these people and know how to set this record straight? And the record is still not straight, just like he said, because
right,
this went out in the media.
right.
And now your name has to be cleared with the
It
court
went
of
too far.
public opinion.
Right. It went too far. It
It
went
did.
it went too far. To me, I call BS the way I see it. If I feel like it's political BS or whatever, that's what it is. Okay, and that's what I feel like was. I mean, I'm not the chief of police of the biggest town,
Yes.
or whatever, but that don't take away my they don't take away my smarts, my
That's
intelligence.
right.
Yeah, that don't take away none
You
of
have
that.
value. You have
Yeah,
value.
most definitely. Yeah, I can spell D and duh. I know the
Yeah.
difference between D and duh
Yeah.
and is and ain't. You know, I know that ain't
Yeah.
is not a word in the vocabulary, but we use it because it sounds good.
Hey,
I
it
know
sound
all
good.
of that. You know, I got
Mhm.
credentials on my wall as well. I graduated out of high school. I graduated from college. You know, I got other credentials under my belt. I'm not dumb and blunt by no means necessary. But my whole thing is treat people how you want to be treated. Now, would that had happened if I wasn't the chief of police in a small town, which is often very much looked over. Small communities are very much looked over. You know, we low in finances. We the low pay and everything. We do it because we have the heart for it, not because of the pay. We do it because we have the heart for it. Okay,
You
because
better love it.
The people there we love. We love our community so much that we sacrifice on making a little when we could be making a lot more.
Now, I want to put something up here because I flashed a picture when your attorney was here. Now, I want to talk about this statement that I read from the district attorney from somebody else, right? And now we have a senator who's saying, "Hey, y'all going too far. Y'all doing too much in DeSoto County. We gotta figure this thing out." Let me pull it up now. This is just me talking. You don't have to give a response, but I wanted to bring my people abreast of who this district attorney is. He is. Can you hear me?
I can, yes.
He is one of the youngest. He's the youngest district attorney to ever come through DeSoto County. So let me pull up this here because this is a bill that we've been talking about as it relates to Shad White. Now, this district attorney, people, he was able to secure an indictment. But you just heard Michael Carr say they got an indictment and my client wasn't even arrested. Hadn't even arrested, but they had an indictment on him. Okay. And so with this situation here, there's a former Mississippi alderman who was arrested on charges of fraud. And so we got this senator, Dr. David Parker, who has authored a bill and said, "Hey, y'all doing too much," right? And so now I'm sitting here speaking with the victim, according to Attorney Carr's wife, who's an attorney also. I think he said her name is Jessica. And so we're sitting here looking at this thing, and this is the same district attorney to the far left. His name is Matthew Barton, right? And so I think I spelled it wrong. Matthew Barton of DeSoto County. And so his name is becoming very popular across the state, especially in the Delta area. A lot of us are migrating from Greenville, Greenwood, just to go to live and find better housing and jobs right there in DeSoto County. Now, me and my husband just left DeSoto County, and I kid you not. And while we were there, he pulled up to the gas station to get gas. The woman comes out, and we were at Sam's Club. This white lady came out, not trying to make it about race, but trying to drive a narrative. She came out, walked over to my husband, and said to him, "That light is flashing in the glass in my face." And so I said, "Now, wait a minute." Because I was trying to wrap my mind around why she felt the need to come over and say that to my husband, who's law enforcement as well. So my husband, very laid back. So he was like, "Oh, okay." Now, he has a brand new truck. The lights go off after a while anyway. Well, she didn't give him that opportunity. And from what I gather from just her attitude, just coming over to a patron saying some garbage like that, was that she had somebody on speed dial, just in case my husband would have said something that offended her or she felt was offensive. And so I know you guys are ready to run up to Southaven and DeSoto County and live there, but you got to understand that there are people who don't want you there. Okay, why do you say that? Because there's a story out there that just came out in the media, right? With landers. Somebody asked me, what's going on with that? I said, well, let me tell you what I gather. The director of Landers, who was in charge of bringing in entertainment, was told by the board of supervisors, allegedly, that they were not to hire or bring in Black artists. They didn't want anybody who is Black. So now we know that there is a lawsuit pending. If I'm not mistaken, there's a lawsuit pending. And matter of fact, let me try to pull that up because I don't like people thinking I'm just talking. I want to show you what I am actually talking about. So, nothing wrong with going and being in Southaven, DeSoto County. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is you got to be on guard. This is the article right here. And I think Fox 13 covered this story. It says, in quotes, the supervisor made it clear that he did not want those people. Okay. See, I paraphrased and dressed it up. He did not want those people performing and those people coming down from Memphis to see the performances in DeSoto County.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they are in a lawsuit. But anyways, be mindful of your surroundings and who you're talking to, because for someone to walk up like a Karen and say those lights, I wish I could have recorded it, but she had done it so fast. Those lights are shining in my face through the glass.
Right.
And I'm telling you, it's almost as if she had somebody on speed dial, not dialing dispatch now. The way she was acting, like, I'm gonna call my cousin to come and handle this, and they need to do some training in DeSoto County, and that should be a part of, in my opinion, your settlement with them. When it's time for you to get paid for the pain, the suffering, and the those hiccups in that investigation, all of that type of stuff, they need training. And I'm talking about some real training. And they need training when it comes to profiling and Black people and people who have titles, because this district attorney says, hey, we're going to take them down. We don't care if you're an alderman. We don't care if you're a police officer. I'm just paraphrasing.
Yeah,
They need more training.
Right. Let me speak a little bit on that. But I mean, because apparently the whole thing was misconstrued, because I read his statement, the district attorney. He said that a heated argument turned into gunfire. That was a lie. There ain't no
that meant you were back and forth talking to the person.
No, I didn't have not one conversation with this guy. So I mean, things will just, I don't know. My whole thing is my whole thing is, if God bless you to be in a higher seat of, district attorney, attorney general, wherever you are, you still have to be mindful of who you are and who other people are, because I mean, things can simply turn on you anytime. So if you're trying to sit up there and get some fame and glory because of position that you're in, and just say, I don't care who they is, it could be a chief, and you won't come to the DeSoto County, you're doing the wrong thing. You're doing too much. So
and my thing is this. Don't put inflammatory statements out if you've not verified those statements.
Right.
There was an argument and this and that, because what happens is, instead of you being an asset based on these allegations, you become a liability to DeSoto County.
Well, it was something that my attorney came to me when he came to me. He said, I got some good news, some bad news. He said, which one you want first? I said, I want the good news. He said, the good news it's been dismissed. It's been remanded.
But why were you there? But why were you there? Tell them why you were there.
I went there for a plea day. I went there for a plea day. and it ended up being the case was dismissed because I mean it wasn't a case. First of all, it wasn't a
Meaning,
case.
wait, for those who don't know, what he's saying is that's the day he's supposed to go say whether he's what?
Guilty or not guilty.
Right. And
right.
so
I was right, either right or wrong. So, and
what was the good news?
I was ready to take a not guilty plea, but he said that the good news was they dismissed it, they threw it out. He said, but the bad news is, I said, what's the bad news? He said, the bad news is I won't get to be able to embarrass them Monday on February 10th. I was like, oh my God, that's why I like you. That's why I hired you as my attorney.
Yeah,
you know, we was ready. We was suited up and booted up for trial. I mean, I was ready. My family was ready. My loved ones was ready. They drugged me through this too long. Come on, I asked questions for 2+ years. Hey, what's the nature of the case? Oh, it's sensitive. I'm sensitive. Nothing. We deserve an answer when we involved in something in something of such, especially when you been looked at as a criminal. Now you deserve some kind of answer where your case is. Come on, there's no way that nobody don't know nothing. Everybody hand couldn't be tied.
And you shouldn't have to go get Mr. and Mrs. Carr to go get the answers.
My point exactly.
Man, come on.
I had to go get Mr. and Miss Carr 2 years later. Come on.
Jesus.
2 years later. Come on. Now there was a guy that our governor had appointed. It was after John Champion died. Mm-hmm. The governor had appointed a district attorney there. And then he came out. They didn't find no fault in what I did. If they had, they would have arrested me that night. They didn't find no fault. But here it is, like my attorney said, 2 years later, somebody pick up a file, knock the dust off. Ooh, this name right here sound like a name I want to pick at and drag through the mud. And that's what y'all did. But I thank y'all for my tears. I thank y'all for the platform that y'all just have built for me.
You took the words out of my mouth because I was about to say, what has been birthed out of all of this? What do you plan to do next?
It's a new birth. It's a new birth. No matter who tried to come at me in a way to hurt me, God had already showed his power and his favor over me. So whoever's still trying to come against me in any kind of way to continue to hurt me, it won't work. Because the heart of the king is always in the hand of the Lord. Okay, we living in a time, man. It's not based on race or color or anything. It's based off being right. Okay,
that's right.
And I always use the statement because my mama used to say, it's not based on how people treat you, it's how you treat others.
You respond. It's on how you respond.
It's how you respond.
We're responsible. Listen, God is going, when we get to heaven, he's not gonna ask me what did Chief Tyler say. He's gonna say, what did Angela Buckner from the Mike magazine say? How did you respond to what he said to you? Right?
Exactly. So I mean, and I had somebody call me even during their time of going through things. They asked me, man, how you do it? How you keep a smile on your face? I tell them, I said, it's not easy. I just make it look easy. I make it look easy because I still got loved ones, such as my wife, my other family, friends, and loved ones who called me and carried me. That was a rough road, a rugged road, where there was a lot of anguish, a whole lot of frustration and misunderstandings and different things, But in the midst of it all, hey, listen, yesterday was a good day. February was a month that I really didn't care much about, but now, it's turning positive. I lost my baby, and on Valentine's Day in 2008, I got fired from a job on February 12th. At one time, it was just like a bad month for me, but February 4th, which were yesterday, things started turning around for me. Okay. Versus them saying, "Oh, Chief Tyler gonna get 20 years." No, Chief Tyler was free because Chief Tyler didn't do no wrong. He did his due diligence as the way he was trained and the way he trained others, and they found no fault in me. So,
but I just thank God, man, that you didn't fold.
I did. It was rough. It was rough. It was rough.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, it came time when I felt like giving up, but hey, going through police academy, one of our theme was standing strong through adversity.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Who trained you?
Jeff Curtis, Brian Dorby, Randy Patrick, who just retired from Newton PD. Jeff Curtis still have his Total Control Training Institute in Yazoo. I don't know what Brian Dorby is, but those some awesome instructors and everything. They trained me. They didn't miss a heartbeat, and I was very successful.
Was that in Pearl? Was that in?
No, it was
MDCC?
Yeah, MDCC, correct.
Okay, awesome. I know they must be so proud of you.
Yeah, I try to make a lot of people proud, but you can't make them all proud. But and before I even get off, I just want to give a shout out to the city of Drew, the ones that believed in me.
That's
hey,
right.
Listen, hurrah. Hey,
Sunflower County, baby, we in the building.
Yeah, Sunflower County, by way of
My
Tallahatchie
county.
Tallahatchie County, I love you,
Okay.
And I still love DeSoto County. I was a little bitter. I didn't go there after the incident, but I had to catch myself. I was like, no, I'm not going to start entertaining, getting good entertaining because of an incident that happened as such. Now I got to keep on carrying on. So
you have to push through it.
I'm pushing through it. Pushing through it as much as I can. Like I said, with the love and support, like I said, I can't, say nothing like, hey, listen, hey, thank for my wife, my family, my son.
Shout out to the wife.
Like I said, the journey wasn't real easy, but hey, we made it, and we still making it. We still got a long way to go as far as the healing process, and everything. But I'm gonna do all I can to hey, look, I spent a lot. I had to spend a lot of money, bond fees, attorney fees, and different things. Somebody owed me something back. Somebody gonna pay for these tears, one way or another. Somebody gonna pay for them. So
and I say again, yes, they owe you, and also I want them to know that one thing that I would request is that they get training.
Right.
And because guess what? The people are not going to stop migrating towards Southaven because it's a nice place. And so we need the people who are in authority with badges and with gavels and with, who have taken oaths to act accordingly, because people are expecting you to do the right thing. Not that somebody is trying to take the law into their own hands or asking for favors. No, do the right thing. Your attorney said you weren't even arrested. They just got you and it took you on up to DeSoto County.
That's it. I would have turned myself in. If they had called and said, hey, Chief, we got an indictment on, can you meet us in Hernando at the Sheriff Department? I would have said, yeah. I would have been more prepared versus me get a call, hey, can you meet me at this place, thinking it was something routine that I do, helping the U.S. Marshals and MBI, and I come there, hey, we this is different. We come here to lock you up. I'm like, are you serious? Okay, but that's a horse of a different color. But here, there, like I say, there were some people, that they didn't agree with it, but everybody got a job to do, and I respect everybody's job. But I feel like it could have been done different. To me,
yes, it could have.
It was a slap like that in the face.
Yes, so it could have.
Being a chief of police, I've been chief of police since 2010. I've been on the board of the Chief of Police Association for numerous of years, and all of that was just looked over. I wasn't nothing to them. I was just a little peon chief of police in a little small town called Drew, Mississippi. But
what they didn't know was that one of your homeboys is an active attorney in the state of Mississippi. And nobody don't want to go have to call their friend and say, man, listen, this is what's going on. But had you called him earlier?
Well, like I say, he didn't turn down a call when they had me in the cell. Wow. He stayed on the phone with my wife. Wow. He don't have the American top 100 criminal defense attorney years for nothing. That speaks for itself. Ooh. And I pray that God continues to reign on him and his wife and this law firm, because they right. They're just right. They right. They believe in their people, and they make you feel comfortable enough to believe in him. Because I have had attorneys to turn their back on you too and sell out, but I don't feel like they sell out a law firm. If you want somebody to be there for you and get your money worth, call Mike Carr and his firm. They promise you they will not let you down. They go over and beyond.
See, they didn't know you had a secret weapon, and he believes in what believes in you. He knew he say work with you. He knows you. And so the
Right.
thing is, we have to take into consideration some people will hide and say, no, I don't want nothing to do with that, because like you say, that sellout attorney, oh no, them my frat brothers, or that's my sorority sister. And no, we want to deal with right and wrong.
Right. Right.
And that's what I gather from Attorney Mike Carr when he was speaking, even with his wife speaking. It's about right and wrong. And like she said, that's why you were listed as a victim. Can you
Exactly.
show us where you were grazed? Is
Well,
it
it's still a dark spot there, but
Mhm.
right here,
You have heels
bro.
and that.
Yeah, what is this E at right here where a prayer at?
Get
It
closer.
came,
Get a little bit closer to the camera for me.
can you see it there? Can you see it right across here? It came right across here, and I
Mm,
had pictures that I was gonna send to you when it first happened
yeah.
or whatever. Those are pictures that my attorney sent to the district attorney office and everything. So
But see, the mainstream media is not going to tell people that you were a victim. They're just going to say that you were cleared.
well, the thing about it, that's why witness. I was running to family member. I'm like, what did he shoot me? I said, apply pressure, because I'm first aid responder too. I'm like, I know how to use a tourniquet and everything. And I kept
Yes.
saying, I said, apply pressure. Where he shoot me at? I said, apply pressure. They kept saying, I don't see nothing. I don't see no blood. I said, he hit me.
So
I said,
you
he
knew you
shot me.
were
I said,
hit. You knew
yeah.
you were
I was
hit.
like, I was saying, don't let me bleed out. I said, he shot me. He shot me.
Wow.
It was just a terrifying moment. And later
Wow.
I was sitting there and I noticed I kept rubbing my
Yeah.
arm and stuff while they had me in the holding cell. It never dawned on me that this juggler grazed my arm. Like, I remember myself turning to take
Yes.
cover.
Yes.
He ain't waste no time. When he pushed that gun out, he pointed it at himself for a minute and he pushed out, cocked it, pow. I said, oh, he for real. Like, this a fight. But here or there, like I said, it's a lot to
Listen.
the story. I can't tell it all in one day, so but
Man, when you say you were tired, you got some adrenaline from somewhere.
I tell you what, I'm glad. I'd rather be tired and not dead, so
Yes.
so I'm just actually glad I was there. Like I said, I wasn't gonna go, but I was talking to going, and I'm glad I did go. So,
And like you said, had you not stepped up, can you
right.
imagine what they'd be saying about you today?
Yeah. You're still some bad, still something good. So I just mix the good with the bad, and I make it all good. So
Yeah, take it and mix it all up and say,
yeah,
wow, there it is.
there it is. I'm gonna make it good. I'm gonna make it good anyway.
Now, I want, there's another story, and I'm going to let you go. There's another story that I'd covered, and there was this brother out of Belzoni who was, they taking his picture and all of this. And I said, now, wait a minute. How did the media know to come and cover this story? Who told to come cover this story on this man? I said it could have been a matter of him trying to need to put it in evidence. I mean, just took off with it, right? Oh, he's in Yazoo City, and this was a white man. And I said, now what is going on in this state of Mississippi where black and where the people are not back in the blue like they claim? Now, nobody got this man's side of the story. When I saw it in the media, they just said what they were told. And I still wonder to this day, who called the Jackson media to come all the way to Yazoo City? Who? And why
Well,
would you do that to your brother in blue?
well, hey, those things you hardly ever know, because it's some strong words, jealousy and envy. When
Yeah,
people
and
don't like you, yeah,
competition.
when people don't like you and they're not fond of you, they're gonna target you by all means necessary. That no matter what they can do to destroy you and your character, they're gonna try to do it. They're gonna try to do it. So you just have to, embrace yourself. You just got to stay positive through all the ones that know you and love you. And nobody beyond making a mistake. Okay, you make a mistake. You ask for forgiveness and everything. And try to move on. But in that same token, there's certain things just go too far with certain people, especially in politics. So
We have a situation when you said mistakes. I'm thinking about this guy out of Pearl named Jeremy Rast. Jeremy made a mistake, but what I love about Chief Nick McClendon down in Rankin County, I can't say it enough. He stood on business and hired that young man. He
second
said,
chance.
look, he stuck his neck out for Jeremy Rast. He said, listen, I know him. Like your attorney said, hey, I know Chief Tyler. I know him.
Right.
Chief Nick McClendon, I can't say it enough. That boy going places, man. He stuck his neck out. The media was all over him. Oh, this guy's did this and he did that and blah, 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 blah. And I even went on, with listening to conservative talk radio. And I was like, man, listen, that guy deserves a second chance. Listen. I believe in second chances. And nobody is perfect, Chief. Nobody is perfect. And so
Right.
miss me with all of that. Oh, do you know? Oh, let me tell you what he did back in the day. Let me tell you how he did this, that, and the third. But it's too much competition in law enforcement. I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
too much. What we competing for, man? Why we competing? That's the question.
We all need to be fighting for one purpose. That's to get more protection and better pay. Versus warring against somebody who won't. You'll be amazed who wants your chief position. You'll be amazed. Come on, just say you want it, and just be straight up and say I don't want you anymore. Just be very blunt and just go ahead and do what you had to do versus dragging a person, through the wrinkles.
Right. Right. And my thing is, you make it look easy.
Right.
As a chief, it's not easy, is what I'm told.
Oh, you can't build a new Rome in one day.
That's what my daddy would say.
You can't
Rome
build
wasn't built in one day, Angela.
You can't build it in one day. And that's right. There's a whole lot of Brutus out here now.
Mm-hmm.
When he looked up, he said, "You too, Brutus?" Yeah, there's a lot of Brutus out here now. You think they're for you, and all the time they want to take your play. They're them backstabbers. So
let's read some of these comments before we go. We got people. Genesis TV said hello from YouTube. Hey, Genesis TV. Trillion Therese says, so now that they know we are innocent, give us our money back.
Right. That's my brother-in-law. Right.
Okay. And then we got Shakita Lachelle. She tagged somebody else in. Amanda Brendan says, hello, you all. Hello. We have Melanie Nicole Robinson Brown.
That's just yeah. Hey, shouts out to her. Hey, I cannot get off here without giving a shout out to her. Right, when I say right on time bundle, they got the right name, right on time bundle. Like, they was right on time for Chief Tyler. I mean, Come on now. Big shout out to Melly, Mel and right on time bundle. When I say they came and got him out, they came and got the man out now. Come on now.
Awesome.
I know that the district attorney probably thought because it was a Friday, I'm gonna spend a weekend in jail. No, right on time abundance, and now we got him.
That's awesome. That's
I
awesome.
appreciate you.
And I'm a bail agent myself. Shout out to you, sister. Let's get some advertisement going.
Right, most definitely.
Listen, and speaking of bail bonding, let me play my little commercial right quick.
Okay.
Let me play my little commercial.
You or a loved one been locked up? Then there's no need to worry. Pew Bail Bonding is available 24/7. Call licensed bail agent Angela Simpson today, 662-207-2077. And remember, if the law mess with you, Angie Simpson will come get ya, 662-207-2077.
Medicare. Are you turning 65 or new to Medicare? Part A and B. If so, you may qualify for additional benefits at no cost to you. Are you a veteran with Medicare Part A and B? If so, you may qualify for additional benefits at no cost to you. Call your local licensed professional agent, Juanita Lacey Larry. Don't hesitate. Call her today, 662-515-9414. Your local agent is waiting for you, 662-515-9414. That's Juanita Lacey Larry, 662-515-9414.
The great state of Mississippi is located in the Bible Belt. We're known for forgiveness and second chances. Mississippians love each other. Every day, there's a sense of pride that we feel when we are afforded an opportunity to work and do what we love to do. And down south, we do that to the best of our ability. Mississippi, Ivana Williams is a mother of 4 beautiful children who reside right here in the Bible Belt. Listen with your heart and know that she needs forgiveness and a second chance to experience that sense of pride like everyone else who are willing to work every day for this great state. The Bible says, let any one of you who is without sin, whether buying or selling a home, Dr. Deborah Dace has the blueprint. At Exit Southern Charm Realty, Dr. Deborah Dace is there to assist you. Dr. Dace is not just a realtor. She's an award-winning realtor who can make investing in your future home a breeze. This process should never be complicated. Allow her to put you in the home of your dreams. And she can also help you sell your home. Either way, enjoy your key to happiness and give Dr. Dace a call today.
What you're doing right now and download the G Wood Live app. It's absolutely free. There's no cost. I'll say it again. It's absolutely free. It's your way to stay connected and stay involved in the community. Download the G Wood Live app on your Apple or your Google Play. Stay connected, stay positive, stay involved. Download the G Wood Live app today.
Looking to travel the nation and become a successful entrepreneur, owner, operator? Just know that you are not alone. Look no further. The Bavella Collective is a one-stop shop. Bavella specializes in all of your trucking needs, making you owner-operator when it comes to proper documentation for your initial setup, insurance coverage, truck maintenance, taxes, and more. Leave the research to the Bavella Collective. There's no reason to hesitate. Schedule an appointment today because accidents can happen anytime, anywhere. You might need an attorney named Malik Z. Shabazz with 26 years personal injury experience, providing nationwide services. Attorney Malik Z. Shabazz has collected millions for his clients, and you could be next. Call today, 301-513-5445. Know your rights. Call Attorney Malik Z. Shabazz. If you or a loved one been locked up, then there's no need to worry. Pew bail bonding is available 24/7. Call licensed bail agent Angela Simpson today, 662-207-2077. And remember, if the law mess with you, Angie Simpson will come get ya, 662-207-2077.
All right, and we got some more comments here that says Mario Frost. He says Tyler is great that the city know your character. He says great that the city knows your character and knew that you were innocent. Any of those other cities would have tried to fire you because you have a pending case. Then we got Bougie Body Sculpting says they are all racist. That's why we are suing the Hernando Fire Department. That's someone weighing in on the discussion. And someone, Lakeisha Jarrett says, amen. Again, Melanie Nicole Robinson Brown says, we appreciate you in DeSoto. God is good. Terrence T. McDaniel. Red Lewis says, amen. We got Body Sculpting. Again, Bougie Body Sculpting says, no, keep pushing, Terry. And how do you say trillion? Trillion. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can now.
How do you pronounce his name? Trillion.
Trillion.
Therese Tallahatchie.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. That must be his name on Facebook. And DeSoto are twin A. Said Tallahatchie and DeSoto are twin A-holes. They don't need training. Their mothers need to raise them better. Going again, another comment says they publicly tried to embarrass them and said this was an inside job. Got hearts. Said yes, their attorney sold Willie Hooper out. Lawsuit against Hernando Fire Department. People are just talking to each other within the comment section, but they're pretty much saying that they are standing in solidarity with you. And I don't want to keep you here, man. I'm just glad that you were able to come on and tell your part. And hopefully we can get some information uh to give to our viewers one day if you're having like an instructor class or something like that going on. I know you say you teach how to use the firearm. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, I am a enhanced instructor through the state of Mississippi. So I will be putting on some, some training in the near future, posting classes through social media and other, ways. So anybody looking for the enhanced permit, I'm the man.
All right.
Looking forward to getting into it, getting out there, doing training in the class and also on the firing range, shooting, so let's get it.
That's awesome, brother. And you sound like you're remaining positive in the going through all of this with this journey.
Well, I have to, it's
Mhm.
necessary. Positivity is most definitely necessary. I mean, like you said, nothing can take away the pain and the agony that myself and my family went through. But in the midst of it all, I must say and recognize that God is still good. So, hey, listen, God don't bring you to a storm that He don't bring you through.
Ooh,
So He brought me through it. I'm just looking forward to a brighter day. Just trying to stay positive. What God got for me, it is for me. So, with that being said, I appreciate you for the opportunity to share the story. The story is to be told and not told.
mhm,
So I'm telling it and everything. It was very limited things that I could say, during the
mhm.
process.
Yeah.
But now that it's over with, my attorney,
Mhm.
we talked and everything. I could say what's on my mind and my heart now when I couldn't say it then because of not seeking any kind of evidence out during the case. But like I said, in the midst of it all, like I said, I just feel like myself and along with my brother-in-law who was there risking our life trying to stop an aggressor should be awarded.
Mm.
If we don't, we award ourselves and the people that we was there to protect. Done gave us so many thank yous or whatever. So hey, listen, just prepare ourselves for greatness and move on. And thank you for the opportunity to speak on your podcast.
Thank
Uh,
you.
to share the story. I hope you much success and y'all see it on there. Share it. The Depth of Sip show. We thank Tasha Mack. She very strong with the
Yes.
social media as well.
Listen,
Putting it
Tasha
out
Mack
there.
is the girl. Tasha Mack. One
Yeah,
day I hope I can meet her. She is
yeah,
phenomenal.
most definitely. She real goat for real.
She a social. I like to call her a social media attorney because she was she was in there
She's
fighting that
good.
case, boy.
I tell her that all the time. Very smart and very intelligent.
Mhm.
So, but she's doing her thing. Like I said, she's there for people in good ways. So, with that
Somebody
being
said, "Did Drew reinstate you or waiting on the next board meeting?"
well, I went
Uh,
to the board meeting last night. I'm waiting for the they table it to the next board meeting. So unless they call a special call meeting, so
Hold
I'm
on. Let
just
the Mike
patient.
magazine know because I want to be in that board meeting with you.
Okay, I most definitely will. Well,
I want to
like I
be
said,
there.
the board meet every first Tuesday. So
Mhm.
next month, first Tuesday, they supposed to meet again. I guess to discuss it, bring me back because I'm on administrative leave without pay at the moment. So
Oh wow.
myself and my attorney, we approached the panel last night, begging for the job back with back pay. So we're gonna see what the future brings.
Hey,
So
I'm praying nothing but good for you, brother. Let me know coming up to that day so the Mike magazine can actually be there in the same room with you and your attorney.
okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. God bless you so much and thank
Are
you
you too?
all. Yes, and don't forget to tell your attorney, is she still there?
She's in the back. She's in the back.
What? Tell them, don't forget now, we need to do some advertising for the Mike
I'm
magazine.
most definitely with that. We'll let them know. Attorney Carr is going to Clarksville to have to deal with another client, but I'm most
Well,
definitely will let
my
them know.
mom always say deal with the wife. So let her
Okay,
know.
okay, okay. I most definitely will.
Hey, thank you so much, brother. God
All
bless
right,
you.
you're welcome. All right, you
Hmm.
take care.
Absolutely. And on that note, y'all, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in to Delta Sip. Man, we had some special guests. Never thought in my wildest dreams that Attorney Carr and his wife would be on Delta Sip. Man, it was truly an honor to have them on. And again, those stories go out. Yeah, we do write stories, but you got to understand that with mainstream media, they have people they're answering to. And so the ones at the top, those are the ones who are calling the shots, saying what can and cannot be reported on. But we try to do our due diligence over here. We don't hate police. I the police every day, so I live with the police. I married the police. So I am pro police, but I'm anti corruption. Pro police, anti corruption. And so we want to make sure that we are doing our due diligence over here at the Mike magazine. And Natasha Mack, girl, you made it happen. Look, we got to go to law school together, okay? Uh Thank you, thank you, thank you. You made that thing happen for the Mike magazine, and for that, we're forever grateful. Hit me up if you need a commercial. Let me know. Okay, Angela Bugger here, the voice behind the mic, Delta Sip, where we sip slow and talk what we know. And now, I gotta go.
Medicare. Are you turning 65 or new to Medicare? Part A and B. If so, you may qualify for additional benefits at no cost to you. Are you a veteran with Medicare Part A and B? If so, you may qualify for additional benefits at no cost to you. Call your local licensed professional agent, Juanita Lacey Larry. Don't hesitate. Call her today, 662-515-9414. Your local agent is waiting for you, 662-515-9414. That's Juanita Lacey Larry, 662-515-9414.
Strawberry lovers, enter the month of love with intentions. Pre-order your option of milk chocolate, white chocolate, pink chocolate, or Oreo chocolate for the special price of $13 for half dozen. Add peanuts and the price would be $15 for half dozen. Or bump it up to $25 for a dozen. Or with peanuts, $28. For more details, call the number on the screen, 662-336-9559. And Fashionette will be more than happy. The great state of Mississippi is located in the Bible Belt. We're known for forgiveness and second chances. Mississippians love each other. Every day, there's a sense of pride that we feel when we are afforded an opportunity to work and do what we love to do. And down south, we do that to the best of our ability. Mississippi, Ivana Williams is a mother of 4 beautiful children who reside right here in the Bible Belt. Listen with your heart and know that she needs forgiveness and a second chance to experience that sense of pride like everyone else who are willing to work every day for this great state. The Bible says, let any one of you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone at her. Traditional radio is becoming a thing of the past. No need to panic. There's no need to fear. The DMJ Broadcast Ministry of Daryl Moore Jr. is here, ready to help you navigate yourself right into some inspiration, laughter, and motivation. Because after all, it is an inspirational radio station. Allow us to help you get through your night, day, week, month, and the entire year. To get through, call 662-947-1773 or scan the QR code.
The Mike Magazine. Facebook is okay. However, YouTube is way better. Go follow my mom on YouTube.
That's right.
Like, subscribe, get notified. Timothy Buckner here, a voice behind the mic.
And remember, if you need a professional commercial, let me know. Angela Buckner here, the voice behind